Teaching a reliable recall is one of the most valuable skills your dog can learn. He has the enjoyment of running free, and it may one day just save his life. Recall has several components. Your dog must break off from an engaging activity, orientate towards you, and return without deviating. His reward needs to be strong enough to compete with the environment. Our dogs usually come to us at home when called because there are few distractions and they get some tasty treats such as their dinner or taken for a walk. There are a number of reasons for poor recall. These include being put straight back on the lead, reprimanded for running off, or conflicting environmental pleasures such as dogs to play with, squirrels to chase and scents to follow. Some breeds may be harder to teach due to their genetics, and a hound following a scent can be very single-minded indeed. To teach a reliable recall, you will need the following things. Highly scented treats. This could be cheese, frankfurter sausages, homemade liver cake or homemade sardine cake. Generally, dried treats such as kibble just aren't enticing enough for dogs in the outside environment. You will also need a whistle, and here we have a gun dog whistle and lanyard, and you will need a treat bag to carry all your treats in. To teach your dog to come back to the whistle for a reward, you need to pair the whistle with food. So blow the whistle when you're about to feed your dog's dinner for a few days. You will know you've paired the sound of the whistle with your dog's food when your dog comes running in from the garden or from another room in anticipation of a treat when he hears the whistle. Play lots of recall games with your dogs on walks. Throw a handful of food on the ground when he comes back for him to forage for, or throw food for him to chase. This makes the treats really exciting. Play games in a low distraction environment to begin with, gradually increasing the distractions as his recall becomes much more reliable. Practice your recall on every single walk and especially around distractions such as other dogs and people. Dog back several times during a walk to put his lead on, so that the lead doesn't always signal the end of a walk. Whistle your dog back to you, and whilst feeding him from one hand, take hold of the collar or harness in the other hand and put his lead on. If your dog isn't particularly food orientated, then use play as a reward. Always carry 2 balls or tugs with you and encourage him back with the one in your possession. Keep reinforcing your recall. If you don't, you'll find that the environment eventually becomes more exciting than you do. If your dog isn't likely to return or hasn't yet got a reliable recall, then please put him on a long line. If you have a puppy, then teach reliable recall skills now. Even if your puppy is coming back to you, you'll find that when he becomes a teenager at 7 or 8 months, that recall becomes much more difficult to teach. If you teach really solid foundation recall skills as a puppy, you'll find that he will have them for life.